This is WPTV.
Welcome back to the desk. We're switching up from Whiteman Stadium to the soccer field, and here to join me is Andrew, Anthony, and Joe. Anthony, the women's team finished their season with a tough 3-0 loss against Ramapo. What'd you see from this game? What'd you see from the season?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough break for the Pioneers. My big player is Madeline Spink, though she really stepped up this year. She actually led the team in goals with 4. She was second in shots with 25, and she was second in points with 8. You see her shot percentage of 160. Shots on goal 13. Those are solid numbers for Madeline Spink, and she really stepped up this year for the Pioneers.
Definitely a key player for the Pioneers. Joe, that's Anthony's MVP. Let's hear yours.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sabrina Bishara, the forward. Someone who's also running down the field, left side or right side. Strikers are very important in the game. We take a look at her stats right here. In 19 games played, right, she started 15 in them, had 8 shots and goals this season, 3 goals. Her shot percent was .231. She finished with 6 points and 3 assists. She also finished with a career high and 2 goals in 1 game against Lehman University. So, she's someone who's coming back next year as well, and she's going to be a true leader on the team. She's also going to be someone that spreads the ball around and a true player on the field all around.
Multiple assists. Anytime you can score multiple goals in the game, you're going to give your team a chance to win. Andrew, who's your MVP?
I got to go with Julia Fiorito, the junior forward. She was great this season. We'll take a look at her stats. She posted 9 points with 3 goals and 3 assists this season with a 111 shot percentage and a 519 shot on goal percentage. She led the team in points and yellow cards, something you don't really want to lead the team in, but she still did it. She had 7. She started in 17 of the 18 games she was in, and her goals a little bit down. Last year she had 6. This year she had 3, but she also added 3 assists this year, which she didn't have last year. It was a great junior season for her. She's a great leader for this team. She's going to be a great leader for this team going on.
Hey, yellow cards mean she adds some toughness to the team.
Exactly, and I love the toughness.
There's nothing wrong with aggressiveness on the field. You love to see that.
Of course.
I'm a big aggressive guy on the field when it comes to sports in general. So.
Andrew, I'll keep it with you. With the season being over and a lot of seniors leaving the team, what can the women's team do to improve going into next season?
I think scoring is going to be crucial for them next season. Scoring was down this year. They only had 22 goals this year. They had 24 last year. They were 8th in the NJAC in goals scored. Opponents were able to outscore them 35-22 this season, and they only averaged 9.2 shots a game. Meanwhile, their opponents were averaging almost 14. So this is something they're really going to have to look at this offseason, really have to improve next year.
They really got to find a way to get the ball in the net. Joe, what is your key to improve upon?
One of the tough things is about being a young team in any type of sport or any level is, you're young, right? The total combination, 13 total between freshman and sophomore on this soccer team this year, okay? That's tough, all right? There's a lot of young people playing on this team, starting at the freshman, sophomore level. So, for these seniors who are leaving, for the girls who are returning for this season, you need to build chemistry. You need to work hard this offseason and really build that team bond and really, learn how to play with each other, and so that when you go into next year in the fall, you're going to be able to beat, better teams in the NJAC and better teams out the conference as well.
Soccer is definitely the furthest thing from an individual sport. Team chemistry is truly vital. Anthony, what do they need to do to improve?
If you want to have success, you have to win in the NJAC. Pioneers were 0-8-1 in the NJAC this year. Their only non-loss came in a tie against Kane, and that's a step down from last year. Last year they weren't amazing in conference play, but they were 3-6. So you want to get those wins in conference play because ultimately overall record doesn't matter. It's when you're seeded in the NJAC tournament, it's based on in conference play. So the Pioneers do need to step that up next year.
They need to step that up, and they can score a little bit more. That'll make those conference play games either. Switching things over to the men, season came to a close with a 3-0 loss to Ramapo. They finished with 4 wins on the season. Andrew, I'll start it off with you. Who is their big victory on the season?
I got to go with the 6-1 win over the City College of New York, CCNY. It was a great win for the boys. You had two goals there for Roger Bermeo, as well as 2 goals for Diego Navas, and another 3 assists for Jason Diaz. A great season for him as well. They scored 6 straight goals against the Beavers. This was a game that William Patterson was expected to win. They dominated CCNY last year. They beat them 10-0. And it was a good start to the beginning of the season. It made them 3-1-1 going into conference play. Unfortunately, NJAC luck didn't really go their way, but hopefully it goes their way next year.
Hopefully it definitely will. Joe?
I chose TCNJ, and the reason I chose that game is because, it was their first win against an NJAC team this season. They won 2-1 against the Lions, and both those goals were knocked in by Opie Olaloco. Last year they lost to the Lions 3-1. To bounce back the year afterwards, beat them, and it's always important to win in the NJAC, right? Because that's our conference. The more the NJAC wins, the better. And also, this was a Lions team that finished 5-5-1 this year. So, that's pretty good against one of the better NJAC teams in the conference.
Anthony.
Ultimately, you want to start your season off on the right foot. Pioneers did that this year. They started their season with a win over Brooklyn College 5-0. 5 goals scored by 5 different players. Good chemistry and ball movement all around, and everyone got involved. And Brooklyn, really, you want to give credit to the goalie, but ultimately, Brooklyn College only got 2 shots on goal, so it's an overall full team defensive effort.
And I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to go with Keystone. They won 3-2 in that game. You talked about a blowout game against Brooklyn. Keystone 3-2, that's a good victory right there. Kept it close, able to pull away and keep the goals to a minimum for Brooklyn. Joe, with 11 seniors leaving the men's team, who are some guys that are going to have to step up going into next season?
Well, listen, I'm going to go with the junior forward. He's 6'3", really, great side, by the way. This is Ope Ololoco. We take a look at his stats right here. In 10 games played this year, he started 9-0, 4 goals, 1 assist. He had shot percentage of .211 and shot on goal percentage with .579. This is a guy, again, very good physique, on the field, fast, able to move the ball. Again, another striker position. All right, guy who can really score, put a lot of shots in the net, and really attack on the offensive mode, and really run down the side, the left side and the right side. So, for a guy like King coming back, that's going to be a huge momentum swing for the offense side of things, and to really put a lot more goals for next season.
Yeah, you talked about him in your big win with TCNJ. He's going to have to take another step up next season. Anthony.
Yeah, how about Diego Navas? I mean, he had a great year this year. He was tied for the team lead in goals. We're going to take a look at the stats right here. He also led the team in shots. He was tied for shots on goal with 11. You see a shot percentage of 161 and a shot on goal percentage of 458. He also had an assist thrown in there. In total, you're sitting there with 9 points, and he had a really good year. And I'm excited to see what he's doing next year, because he really could break out even further in his senior year.
Yeah, that shot on goal percentage, almost 50%. Definitely nothing to sniff at. Andrew, who's your MVP, or who's your guy looking to be the MVP next season?
I got to go with Alfredo Rojas. He had a great season once again. We'll take a look at his stats. 7 points with 3 goals, an assist, and only 5 shots. 600 shot percentage and a 1,000 shot on goal percentage. All 5 of his shots were on goal. It was another great season for the junior midfielder. Last season, he was an honorable mention for the All-NJAC team. I won't be shocked if he makes it to the All-NJAC team or if he's an honorable mention once again. He had a great season this year. I'm really excited to watch him next year. He's going to be one of the main guys to look out for. So I'm very excited to watch him play next year.
We'll definitely be looking forward to seeing those NJAC nominees, and we congratulating the seniors that are leaving the soccer team for the men and the women. But stick with us here on WPTV, as the MLB season is also coming to a close with the World Series coming up today. Stay tuned right here on WP Sports Desk.